Challenge or focus. That's where we always start. You got the Nine of Swords, but in reverse. So we like that card in reverse because the Nine of Swords in reverse means that you are no longer worrying about something. And the energy I'm getting with this Taurus is that maybe like last month, this was like a big concern for you. You were losing sleep over it. It was all that was kind of replaying in your head. But then for some reason in July, it's just like gone. Like the pressure or the concern about it, or maybe you get information that kind of allays any fears that you had about this situation. You know, you'll be getting rest. But the challenge around that may be kind of like, you may be just kind of like, where did it go? It's not, I'm really not feeling a huge challenge. It looks pretty good for July here, Taurus. But yes, it may be just kind of like, or maybe this is someone else who was like really worried about something, or your spouse or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or you know, a family member or a friend, and they were like really, really worried about this, and then now it's just nothing. Or maybe work was really, really stressful, and it was like, oh, so busy, so busy, so busy, and now nothing. And this may be concerning if you own your own business, if it was like, you know, just constant stress and, you know, dealing with a lot of stuff, you know, last month, and now this month it's just kind of like, you know, where did everybody go? So yeah, I think that this is carryover energy, honestly, that it's dissipating. So if there was tension in June, or when we had all those retrograde planets in April and May, maybe there was some sort of disruption or argument or delay that was going on that was causing you a lot of stress, a lot of worry. Maybe you were feeling used or taken advantage of in some way with Ale here. And now, I mean, you may just be trying to figure out, okay, why did that happen? What happened? What did you mean by that? Why did we argue? What was that about? I think the challenge of July for some of you is just figuring out why something happened. Why did this argument happen? Why did we, you know, why did you do this? Or why did you say that? Or why did you do this to me? Or someone may be asking you that, Taurus. Somebody may be feeling like you took advantage of them in some way, or that you were stressing them out. Again, these energies in general readings can work both ways. So it could be you or another person. But what's interesting is in the present, so like end of June going into July, you have the Knight of Cups and Ingwas and Tyr, which are all like really good runes. So let me see a second what we... The Knight of Cups can be a water sign energy, but Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Doesn't have to be male in general readings. This could just as easily be a female, but this could be somebody offering you an apology, Taurus. So for many of you, I do think it was someone else that you feel kind of like hurt you or took advantage of you in some way. Or was just like really attentive and then disappeared. There was some sort of disruption, or like it was going, I'm just seeing like a line. It's like something was moving, then there was a break, and now it's like trying to pick up again in July. So yeah, I feel like many of you are getting an apology here from this water sign person, or, and this could be, you know, your lover, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your child. Knights are generally younger or act younger, 35 or younger, just to kind of give you an idea of age. But again, that's fluid with these general readings. But this is somebody who's apologizing, wanting to start. I'm just hearing, I want to do over. I want to start over. I'm sorry. And they're going to be very persistent about it. So, I mean, whoever this is cares about you, Taurus, and they don't want this to be over, but I mean, it just depends on what was done, doesn't it? And how you feel about it. Because yeah, I'm kind of seeing this as somebody, I really feel like for many of you, this is a romantic partner or someone who, you broke things off with, you had an argument, you had a fight, and you were like trying to shut the door on them. And maybe this isn't the first time this had happened, Taurus, or maybe it's not the first time you've had this argument, or they've stormed out or said hurtful things, or, whatever it was, but you were hurt because Ale is here. So whatever was said or done hurt you. And for many of you, I feel like this is a repeating pattern with this person. And, so in July, you may be kind of wondering, should I give this person another shot? I think you want to really badly. For some of you, I feel like this is one of your kids. Again, maybe a teenager or an adult child who has had a drug problem. And, it's like, because again, I kept seeing that line. It's like it was okay for a while. They got help and then they relapsed and now it's back. So now and of course, if it's your child, it's your child. What are you going to do? You're always going to be their parent. So, but yeah, I'm just feeling like someone's apologizing to you. Maybe they're back in the 12-step program and they're on that step where they, are trying to make amends. But I really feel like this is somebody, for many of you, that's just doing it out of they really do genuinely feel bad, because he is in the upright. He's not coming up in the reverse. So he's not lying about the apology. He's not lying. He or she is not lying when they say that they are sorry. But I mean, you were ready to kind of close the door on this relationship or just give up. It's like, I've had enough. I'm not going to lose sleep over this anymore. I'm not going to worry about this person anymore, because I'm going to start hurting myself. That is coming up in the challenge position though, Taurus. So for some of you, maybe that is what you should do. Like, I'm not going to worry about this person. You may be telling yourself that, but telling yourself that and doing it are two different things, right? So that may be why it's coming up as your challenge. Because then if we're going back to like the situation where it's your kid and they're having issues with addiction or whatever, you may be feeling like giving up on them is the worst thing I could do. That will hurt them. It will hurt me too. So yeah, a lot of different messages I'm getting with this, Taurus. But the help that's coming in for you, we do have the Ace of Swords. So, but it's in the reverse. Let me see what we're saying here. Yeah, there's an offer being made to you of, and it is in honesty. I feel like whoever's offering apologies or offering you, some of you, this may be a job offer, because I've got Fehu here, and that is always, it can be love, but it's almost always a job offer, an offer of promotion, or a pay increase. So some of you, maybe you were passed over for a position, or maybe you were, maybe you were putting in long hours, just working yourself crazy, trying to get a promotion, trying to get a raise, and maybe you didn't get it. And now you feel like all of this was for naught. I put in all these hours, I sacrificed all this time with my family, and what do I get? But, the thing is, if you didn't get something, if you felt passed over or used or took advantage of in a work sense, Taurus, I feel like there's a new offer coming in that's perfect for you. For some of you, it may be this other offer coming back around. Like maybe you thought, or maybe they gave it to somebody else, but maybe that didn't work out because, and we'll get to why in a minute. I was going to jump to it, but I don't think I will. I think I'll save it for the end, and then we'll kind of do a call back to that. But for many of you, though, this seems to be a job offer in a totally if it's within the same company, it seems to be in a different building or a different location even. But for many of you, this is a totally new job offer, a new place. And it may have something to do with with the swords. I always think of legalities, or like paralegals, or law enforcement, justice, truth, that sort of thing. But the Ace of Swords also means victory. So whatever you thought was a loss is going to turn out to be a win. And that's what I'm feeling with this. Because the Ace of Swords is in reverse, and it's like, no, actually that something that you thought was a loss is going to be a help to you. That wouldn't, whatever job you missed out on was not the right one for you. This one is going to be all that and then some, and especially when it comes to the money. I feel like the money is fantastic. What must be accepted if we got the Three of Cups? So yeah, this could be, again, there's connections to reunions. So maybe you hear about a new job with from someone you used to work with. Or maybe it's somebody you worked with at the job you're in now and they moved on and now they're trying to get you on there. There's something to do with interconnectedness of, you have a source there, you have a connection there, you already know somebody who works there, and they get you the interview, they give you a recommendation, they give you a reference for work. For others of you, this is just, this past lover wanting to reunite, sending you a text message or calling you or getting back in touch with you, wanting to talk things out and fix things. This could also be somebody suggesting you go to counseling. This could be somebody going to counseling for addiction issues. Alcohol may be the problem for someone with the Three of Cups. If going back to the addiction thing, it could be alcohol. Maybe they're like, okay, I'm going to go back to rehab. I'm going to talk to the counselor. I'm going to go to AA. I'm going to do all the stuff I'm supposed to do again. But I think for many of you, Three of Cups is a celebration card, but it's kind of like a little small private celebration. So for those of you hearing from a past love, I really feel like you're going to accept the apology, most of you. I mean, you may drag it out for a little bit and torture them for a little while, and I think you should, given what's over here. So any of you that have a job interview, though, it's going to go fantastic. Or if you have any exams or tests to take, because Ansus is the rune of sailing through exams, passing with flying colors, and then going out and celebrating because you finally got the certification, or you're going to get the job, and you are. So, but yeah, the outcome of July, this is where we're going to do the callback. You had the Seven of Swords in reverse. Someone else got that. I think it was Sagittarius, maybe. But yeah, this is the return of something you thought you'd lost, someone or something that you thought was stolen from you or taken from you or given to someone else, or that you just thought was lost. And you get a chance at a new beginning. You get a do-over, or you're giving someone a do-over because you accept their apology. So, and yeah, it's different what this is. For many of you, I feel like it's a relationship situation. In fact, for most of you, I think it's a relationship, romantic or not, but someone you care about and who definitely cares about you. They don't want to let you go. But someone effed up. Someone made a mistake. And it's going to vary what that was. I mean, maybe somebody just said something hurtful, or it's not necessarily awful, but I mean, you were hurt by a Taurus. And so in many cases, but yeah, there's the return of someone for many of you that you're happy to have back. You're happy. And if it's your child, because I have the rune of motherhood here. So yeah, for some of you, I do feel like it's your son or your daughter. Returning. Some cases it could be mom or a mother-in-law that you had an argument with, that you used to be close with them, and now you had kind of turned your back on that relationship, but now there's a redo. You get to start over. For others of you, it's a job opportunity. Either one that you applied for before, never heard back from, or they gave it to somebody else, or maybe they passed over you for, and now it's coming back to you. It's like a tennis ball. Somebody's hitting it back to you. Could also be a return of someone that you used to work with getting you a job at a new place, because again, this is big shifts or changes. So even if it is a new job within a company, Taurus, I feel like for most of you, you're going to be going to a different location every day. You're not going to be driving the same way that you drive to work, or commuting to the same location. And many of you may be relocating altogether, moving to a new location. But that is what I see for July. All in all, a good month, Taurus. It's kind of like you just have to sit there and let it roll in, because that's the energy I'm getting. It's like, I'm just going to sit here and wait, and then all this stuff's going to come to me. Whatever's mine will come back to me. If I feel I missed out on something and it should have been mine, if it really was, it will come back to you.